Good morning, everybody. Hope your evening went well. Well, here we are. The European Central Bank left their rates unchanged. Draghi is on a half hour, and he's expected to announce a $50 billion per month purchase program for European Union debt, and they'll be watching closely to see how much sovereign debt will be allowed to be purchased, on what conditions, etc. So down to Draghi's announcement, he can move the euro 100 to 150 ticks. He can move gold $10 to $20. We probably have seen most of the damage in our financials, which are lower, into this new announcement. If his announcement is as expected, $50 billion a month support for the market, then they'll look at when does it begin and the duration of such. And yesterday they said $600 billion per year through the end of 2016. So they'll be looking for information for that. This will support equities. Initially, the key will be follow through buying to the upside. If we get through buying to the upside in equities, then there's no reason to doubt that we're going to see new contract highs and new stock market highs in our markets and markets around the globe. $600 billion a year added to liquidity for banks and players that are not investing in growth. They're playing interest rate differentials. Some of that money is going to get into the stock market. So that's where we find ourselves. So we're going to hit this market low into the announcement. So we got this low volume area in the 24, 28 area. I think we can get through that. Then we got the low volume area down in 16. So let's put a question mark at 25. There's pretty good support volume-wise from 18 to 22.5 right here. So we're going to put our first buy in the 20 to 24 area, and then 13 to 17 for our number 2 buy. We're at 28.5, the logical place. There's really good resistance in this 8 area. London's high is 5.5, then we've notched down from that. We've got the mode at 29, so like it or not, it's pretty aggressive. 31 to 03 is sell 1, 7 to 11 is sell 2, and we've got a news announcement coming. So how the E-mini reacts to the news is likely to tell the tale of today's tape. We do have some news today. Jobless claims at 300,000. FHFA housing price index plus 0.3, which is usually pretty much the default number. Natural gas inventories minus 230 BCF. Inventories plus 2.5 million barrels. So the number for natural gas inventories would be supportive. The number for food would not. None of these numbers should have much impact on today's trading, except if you're trading energy. Then they'll have a hellacious impact on today's trading. Okay, the knob spread is below 19. It was yesterday morning we started off at 20 plus 1.5. So it's come in quite a bit. Over $1,000 has been wrung out of this one quickly too. So we've got the mode at 01, so our 31 to 03 area looks pretty good here. Structurally, your sell is the 19 to this low over here at 10 or 11. So we'll pick up the London high right here at 14. We'll make 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, we got volume down here at 47.08. So we'll make 9 to 13, buy 1, give it a little room to the downside, get a little extra help out of the knob spread selling. Then we'll make 47.01, 46.29 for buy 2. And we'll have to adjust these after the news. Okay, gold is off overnight. It's a risk-off type investment. I guess they're interpreting it that the European Union will at least print money and try to support their economies that way, like every other central bank has done. Again, this 80 to 85 area is pretty good support for us. So we rejected prices below 82. So we'll make 85, 83 by 1. And then we'll make 75, 77 by 2. Going to give it some room to the downside. Again, we'll have to come in and adjust after Draghi picks up the mic. He can have an immense, he can move gold 20 bucks. On the upside, we'll make 90, 92, sell 1. And then we'll open it up. We'll make 98, 1300, sell 2. Lean against the buck. Okay, the euro is up. Again, we see this, and I don't know how the euro is going to react this morning because I'd like to get short above 1650, but quite often on this type of news, they'll run it up and then they'll slam it. It is not good news long term for the euro. But it's one of those things that's pretty tough to call, given the head fakes. They're expecting 50 billion. It's already built into it. Well, the news at 7:45 Eastern, 1:45 Euro time was rates unchanged, so it's going to be down to although whatever Draghi says. Going to leave it at 75 plus or minus 1. It's been a good level for us, and then we'll make 30 to 40. Let them get stops below 50 for buy 2. I think we're at 115. We're at 1637, so 1500 even to 1537 would be a pretty good buy zone. Right now, our buy 2 zone is 100 ticks below where we are trading right now. So it's pretty wide, band, but you need that when Mario picks up the mic. He can move the markets. Okay, nobody's really talked about it. The United States is going to give Iran, going to release $2 billion of funds and assets that we have seized, and then we're going to give them in foreign aid some $500 million. So they've got about $12 billion worth of support coming to that regime to help them to get through this weak oil price phase. It absolutely, here's a country that absolutely has sworn that they're going to kill you, and we choose not to believe them. And we're giving them aid. We're helping them. And remember when Khrushchev pounded the table with his shoes in '56? And he says, "We will hang you with the rope that give us or sell us." I mean, it's just unreal. These people think that you can talk to bad guys, people that have directly threatened you, and convince them to think otherwise. Good luck. Most people that are in power that work the Washington, Boston belt haven't lived with people that would just as soon as kill you as look at you. There are spots in the world where that's true, and if you haven't visceral experienced those looks and those stares at the gut level, if you haven't been around them, you really don't know how to react to it. And the only thing they understand is force, because that's their world. So crude oil right now is at the top of its trading range. 50 again is a structural sale. To get there, you got to get to 49 first. So 49, 49 and a quarter. And then 49.50 to 75. Yeah, sometimes Aldo, a large player will come in right and we'll take both sides of the market, just spike it. And they're setting up their next play. They've got the cash to do it, especially if it's the central bank money. It's a good time to, unless you have very, very deep pockets, to be on the sidelines, let the dust settle, come back and trade development. Okay, on paper, since March of 2009, any central bank direct intervention in adding liquidity to the system has rallied stock markets. The only stock market that was off overnight was the DAX a little bit. Our stock market is pointed higher. We'll take a look at a couple of areas. It's 35 to 38. Area right in here is where you got this volume right up in here, and we're trading there right now. Is one point. If we get through that, it really jumps up to 51, 50. So we got 35, 38. We get through that, it's 50, 51, and it jumps all the way up to our 67. And I believe Mike from Manhattan talked about the other day. So there's pretty broad swaths here. If this market does rally, does trade up off the ECB and does hold those gains, I mean, there is no reason not to expect new contract highs. You can sit back and talk the fundamentals all you want. You can talk about the economic softening around the world, but it's really, really hard to fight the tape in the central banks. And if you're a fundamentalist, you know, most fundamentalists that are in this game are saved by their investment strategies. They have to be long to the tune of 95, 98%. They don't have any other choice. And you knew that when you bought my fund or you bought my money management contract. But for people that are trying to get comfortable, you know, I have to put my money out there. Where do I put it? That's where the issue comes. That's a tough decision. Okay, looking at structure right here, we've got our 35, 38. We're there. We're here right now. That's this high volume number. We got a little dent at 43, so 43, 48 would be our second little band. And then we got this volume up here at 52, 53. So this is where resistance is. So I'm going to give it a little room. Let's just say sell one's 43, 45. Sell two is going to be in the 50 area. On the buy side, 30, 32. Maybe they'll spike it or screw with us, play with our minds before it comes up. But again, 8:30 Eastern, we're going to see what we have. It's a newsday trade, folks. Okay, take at least 20 minutes to get everything up. We'll comment on what Draghi does. Be back with you as soon as possible.